The theme this year is tourism and sustainable transformation, and it's aimed at highlighting the positive impact that tourism can have on people, places, and the planet. As part of the festivities, the country's Department of Tourism has embarked on the Livingstone Town Centre Development Programme. Now, this programme is aimed at repositioning the country's tourism capital as a premier global destination. For more on this, joining us this afternoon is the Permanent Secretary of Zambia's Ministry of Tourism, Evans Muhanga. A very good afternoon to you. Welcome to Africa in Business.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Well, it looks like it's going to be a really busy week, looking at the week of the 22nd to the 27th of September, where Zambia marks festivities and celebrations for Tourism Month. Could you take us through what the plans are as far as celebrations are concerned?
So basically the week is meant to bring awareness to the general public and the private sector that are involved in the tourism landscape. But again, you'll see that the whole team is in Livingstone being our tourist capital here in Zambia, because that's where we have the iconic Victoria Falls. But what we started with, first of all, was the minister and the staff getting involved into a marathon that they were running within the city. But again, they had a press briefing at the Victoria Falls site itself, because what we've been doing is to improve, first of all, the security of the site in terms of the tourists that walk around there. So all the walkways, the barriers, we're replacing some of them. We've started with removing some of the wooden barriers. They've been there for quite a long time, but also making it safe for those tourists who move with children, so that they cannot actually slip through those barriers. So we've made them a little bit closer to each other. And then what we are doing also is to ensure that people enjoy the tourism products. So in our national parks on the 27th, which will be the finale day itself of the tourism day, they will be entering basically for free to our national parks. So we want, and also the heritage sites, so that they can, and the museums actually, so that they can be able to just be part of our celebrations. So as you have said, this is the theme for the year. It's something to do with tourism and sustainable transformation. So we are doing quite a lot of transformation in the area. We have $100 million project which we are doing over a 7-year lifespan. We call it the Great TDP. It's simply for Green Resilient Transformational Development Project. That Livingstone is also part of it, but we have chosen tourism development areas where we have to put basic infrastructure, because Zambia is well endowed with many waterfalls apart from just Victoria Falls. If you go in our northern circuit, you'll find there are waterfalls like Lumangwe Falls. It's spectacular. It just looks like Victoria Falls. We have Ntumbachushi Falls. We have Mkundalila. A lot of them, actually, I can go on and on, but we have more than 198 or so waterfalls dotted around the country. As you know, 60 or 40 to 60% of the water bodies within Southern Africa emanate from here in Zambia. The Zambezi River starts from here. The Kafue River starts from here. Luangwa, all these rivers, they are quite big rivers. Kabompo River, and they all tributaries that actually run until they come through Quebrabassa in Mozambique and also to the Indian Ocean in South Africa. So this is why we need to ensure that we do things sustainably from this side, because the whole world is connected. Africa is connected. Our water bodies are connected. All our ecosystem, basically in terms of land and just forests, they are all connected. So the aquatic and non-aquatic species, they all depend on this, and we have to do it in a sustainable manner, even as we pursue our commercial objectives with the private sector to ensure that tourists can be able to enjoy the God-given endowments that Zambia has. So
Well,
those are the main things we are doing here.
I mean, one of the things that you mentioned, sir, is the fact that, yes, individuals will be able to enter the national parks free of charge, the heritage sites, etc., on the 27th. But you have also mentioned that this is not just about encouraging domestic tourism within Zambia for Zambians, but really it's about positioning Livingstone town as a premier global destination, so marketing to the world at large. How are you working
Yes.
with SMEs in the tourism sector in order to achieve this?
So as you know, the SMEs are the engine for any economy because they are the majority. And when you look at the players in the tourism sector, the majority of them are actually SMEs who own lodges, who own tented camps in the national parks and the game management areas. They could have a 6-bed, 8-bed, 10 to 12. So those are not big establishments. They are simply small, medium enterprises. And they are the majority that are in rural-based type of tourism sites where many of our international tourists come to enjoy the pristine nature of Zambia's endowments in the national parks and game management areas. So how we are working with them also is that we are giving them, for example, what we are calling the matching grants. Out of the $100 million project that we have, there's a component of matching grants from there where we can actually match it up to $50,000. I think when you have a project and you want to expand and you raise some of that money, we can match it basically with our grant. And to really just handhold them and ensure that they do the right thing, giving them the support in terms of marketing, in terms of just finance and how to manage capital, but also in terms of how they can access the international market out there, and then they can be able to build their businesses. So that's what we are doing for the small, medium enterprises. But again, you find that the small, medium enterprises combined with the communities, because we do a lot of community-centered tourism when it comes to sustainable hunting practices, for example, because these villagers, they live with the wildlife and they face the brunt of the wildlife when it comes to human-wildlife conflict. So those who want to hunt sustainably, they go in those areas, but they are obliged within the hunting concession agreements which we sign with government that 50% of the fees that they get from there when they sell their quotas, they should be able to give it to the community. And the community has got a governance structure starting with the chiefs who are patrons, and then the community resource boards, which is like a governing council on behalf of the community, who actually tell us the needs of the community within that area. If they are looking for water to sink boreholes, or they want schools to be built near communities, and that's what a hunting outfitter has to actually pay and be able to help the community with some of those projects. So they are all embedded in the contract. So that's how communities benefit. And this is how also the small, medium enterprises who are in the sector are actually benefiting. So that's basically what we are doing with SMEs. But again, we are making sure that Livingstone becomes really, as you are saying, a destination of choice for both local and international tourists.
And we wish you all the best on that, sir, as you embark on
Yes.
the tourism month for this month, tourism and sustainable transformation being your theme. We thank you so much, and we wish you festivities and very successful festivities from the 22nd to the 27th of September. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to talk to you.
It certainly was. And I must say, as you were describing the various waterfalls with the heat that we're experiencing here in Johannesburg, I just imagined myself under one of those, but at least one of the gentler ones. And, you know, obviously making sure that we're nice and safe while we're cooling down as well. That was the Permanent Secretary of Zambia's Ministry of Tourism, Evans Muhanga, putting us in the know regarding the Tourism Month celebrations that the country will be embarking on, positioning Livingstone town as the premier global destination. It's exactly 4:51.